today's video, I will be sewing Mccall's 8162. It is an overalls jean pattern, and I did the jean version view B. The instructions were fairly clear to understand, and I didn't have much trouble getting through it. There is a lot of top stitching and edge stitching. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, and I would also the zipper calls to be on the left side. So when I sew this again, I would definitely sew it on the right side, and that's just a personal preference because I'm right-handed. So I think that will work better for me. But without further ado, let's go sew some jeans.
So these are the pattern pieces that you will need. I figured you guys didn't want to see me cutting. So the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to make our darts in the back pants leg. So just matching up the dot that we made and then the lines for the dart. So when we go to the sewing machine, you want to back stitch in the beginning, and then when you get to the end, you just want to taper off a little bit and manually tie. Okay, so for our back pocket, you want to fold 1/4 of an inch to the wrong side and give it a good press. And then you want to take the right side to right side along the fold line and pin on the top edges. So we are going to stitch along those sides just right there, and it should look like this. And then you want to trim away the excess. So maybe make a better cut than I did. Come on, little buddy. There we go. So then you want to fold it to the inside. Turn it around and fold 5/8 of an inch all around the pocket and give it a good press. So once you pressed it, it should look like this. And then you want to go ahead and top stitch along that line. So taking your right back pants, you want to find the dot and match it up with the pocket. Okay, so then we're going to go to the machine and we're going to do an edge stitch and top stitch. So we're going to back stitch in the beginning, and edge stitching is just stitching very close to the seam or the finished edge. So now you want to do the top stitching, and we're going to stitch 1/4 away from the previous stitch. And it should look like this. And then for the right front pants, you should have a line from the extension. You want to cut that line. So for your front pocket pieces, you want to do a narrow hem along the curve and then fold it in like we did the back pocket. Apply it to your front pieces, and you're going to edge stitch and top stitch along the sides and the bottom, and then at the top you want to do a basting stitch. So when you're finished, it should look like this, and you're going to take one front pant leg and one back pant leg and match the inside seam. So matching up the notches. So you want to go and sew for both pants legs. So we should be working with 2 pieces now. So we want to match up our center seam. Match up the notches. So you want to stitch and then stitch on the stitching line with where you see the extension. So it should look like this when you're done. So for the extension piece, you want to fold it to the left side and give it a good press. And then you want to top stitch along the front stitching line. Okay, so now that we have that done, you want to go and do edge stitching and top stitching along the center seam. And then we are going to pin the sides of the pants together. So matching up our notches. So it should look like this, and then on the left side you want to leave the top open for your zipper, and if you want a detailed zipper instruction, I have a video, so I'll link it in the sky. And once you have that done, we're going to move on to the carrier. So the carrier is just going to be our belt loops. So with the right sides together, we're going to fold along the raw edges. Take it to the sewing machine and we're going to sew. Back stitching at the beginning. And back stitching at the end, and then you want to turn it to the right side. So once you turn it to the right side, you're going to edge stitch again on both sides of the carrier. And then you want to measure 3 3/4 inches to cut, making our belt loops. Okay, so now we have our belt loops. So finding the square on the pants, you want to match up the belt loop raw edges together and pin or clip. And you want to go to the machine and baste. Then you want to take the interface waistband and pin it to the pants. So finding our notches. Okay, and we're going to sew all around. So once we have it all sewn, you want to take your seam allowance and press it towards the waistband, and then we are going to pin or clip the carrier to the raw edge again and baste. So now we want to take the waistband facing with raw edges together. And sew all around. Okay, so I decided to do edge stitch and top stitching along the waistband. So basically like stitching the ditch and then do an edge stitch. The pattern says to slip stitch to catch the waistband on the inside, but we've already done so much edge stitching, why not, right? So we're going to make our buttonhole and apply our button. hem the bottom of each pants leg. And this is my final result. So let me know what you think. I'll definitely be wearing it out. And remember to stay blessed.